once again, throw the whole season 17 of Married at First Sight away. But without further ado, hey guys, it's your girl Victoria back to you with another review for Married at First Sight season 17. Episode 10 called Breaking Up the Party. Break up the whole season, break up the whole franchise. Let's be done with this, because at this point, I don't know what I'm watching. Literally the whole time I was sitting on the couch on my recliner watching this episode, I was just like this. Because at this point, it's like, I don't even want to write these notes anymore. I don't want to review the show, but I want to do it anyway. But for me, it's just like, what's the point? None of these couples gonna work. It's done. Like, this episode 10, we probably got 89 more episodes to go, but it's just like, we already know what the outcome gonna be. Everybody crying. Nobody likes nobody. It's like, y'all just doing it just to get through these 8 weeks because y'all committed to it. But it's like, it's not happening. We skipping days, but yeah, we still having episodes upon episode. I don't understand. And then because you don't got nothing left to give, now you want to bring homeboy Michael, who wife or whatever done walked out on his ass on at the altar. Now you want to bring him back to marry somebody else because you guys don't have enough footage to get through the whole season. Even though the season don't need to be 89 episodes, it could be this could have been decision day, but no, we're gonna drag it out. Okay, we don't got footage, so let's bring Michael back. That's why I was happy okay, that was in the previews. Okay, we're not even talking about him. We're gonna talk about him next week or whenever they decide to bring him back to get married to somebody else so they could have more footage to work out. Okay. Anyway, we're gonna talk about this episode. We're starting off with day 18 of marriage. I don't remember where we left off last week of what day of marriage it was, but who cares? Okay, we're starting off with Claire and Cameron. They in bed talking. I guess Claire was hot or something. Cameron said she should have voiced her discomfort. Y'all gonna bicker about something. If they gonna do nothing else, Claire and Cameron gonna bicker about something. And, that's what they do to converse and get through filming. By all means, go do it. Do I care for it? No. But because I do this review and stuff, not against my will, because I like to talk about it because I got nobody else to talk about it with in person. But, okay, sure, fine. I'll tolerate it, but in all actuality, I really could care less. But we're going to move on. They didn't talk about Cameron's dad's health and him bringing it up the way he did and why he had yet to tell his dad. Cameron, you lied. Okay, let's be 100% transparent. You lied, okay? You didn't have to lie. You didn't have to bring it all down on her the moment she asked you when you guys talked after the wedding ceremony, but you could have just been like, no, they don't know. He's going through a lot of things right now. We'll get into it some other time, or maybe behind closed doors when the camera is not filming or whatever. But you didn't do that. You just said, oh, no, they know, when they don't. First, actually, last week you said your daddy don't know. But now we come to find out this week, your mama don't know either. So that means you fully lied in the beginning of the season when you was telling her, yes, they know about it, but that's why they do a separate ceremony. So you just lying out the side of your mouth and neck. I mean, I can understand you feeling feelings for her and, upset that it's not reciprocated. But at the same time, it's like, she be trying to ask you questions, but she can't even trust you, bro, because you be lying. Anyway, we move on to Brennan and Emily. They chat in the kitchen. Emily apologizes again for her friends at the housewarming party. Emily, I give you credit for trying to make Brennan feel comfortable and all that stuff. But at the same time, you don't got to keep apologizing, okay? I too have that problem. But, we got to come to a point where we're just like, what? I apologize once. If you don't accept that apology, let's be done. Or maybe you don't know what else to talk about, so you're going to bring up the thing again and apologize again, hoping it wins you brownie points that you're so apologetic about what your friends done did and stuff like that. It's not going to help. He still don't like you. But okay, he accepts the apology and admits that, he could have handled it better himself. And, Emily says she's always going to take his side. And I'm just looking at her hella sideways because I'm just like, are you sure he going to take your side though? I mean, I know it shouldn't be like, oh, I'm going to take your side because you take my side. But at the same time, it's like, I'm at a point in life. This year has been interesting for me. But I'm at a point in life, honestly, where it's like, I'm not going to put more effort into something than you're putting effort to. And I'm talking about in regards to relationships, friendships, in regards to significant others, friends, family. I'm going to show you what I'm about in the beginning. But if I see it's not reciprocated and all that stuff, I'm not going to be putting more in. The only time I would ever put more into a relationship than the other person is when I have kids, because obviously they're kids, they're still learning what life is. So I think that's the only time I would ever be like, okay, I'm gonna put in my all in, and I know you still trying to figure out what is even going on. That's the only type of thing. Adults, no. If I see I'm doing more effort than you, I'm gonna fall all the way back. I'm falling all the way back. So Emily, you always gonna have his side. I get it. What they say, defend him in publics and correct him in privates. Do I have the energy for that? I don't know. But sure, Emily, you're gonna keep taking his side. You're gonna stick beside him. Good for you. I just don't know if I can stick beside someone who don't even find me attractive or want to have any type of chemistry, physical contact with. It's just going to be hard for me to do. But if Emily wants to do it, by all means, go ahead. That's her husband, whatever. And Brennan said, let's forgive and forget. Let's forgive and forget. Let's move forward. Okay, but what are we really moving forward with if we're not doing anything to move forward? But okay, we're going to move on to Austin and Becca. They play a game. I guess his mom taught him something about pegging or whatnot. Becca's slowly starting to get sexually frustrated, so she's making a lot of sexual innuendos and stuff. And Austin's laughing, but he's still not biting the bait, Becca. But at this point, you're gonna have to buy a rose or something, because Austin, maybe he has a lot of sexual insecurities. Okay, maybe that's what it is, or maybe it's what the other YouTubers are saying. He's not really feeling you like that. I still can't tell. But then sometimes I feel like, a lot of things be going over my head. If I were to be honest with y'all, I feel like a lot of things go over my head. But we learning every season. I feel like I get better at analyzing these people. But I don't know what it is, Becca. I'm still trying to figure it out, just like you probably still trying to figure it out. But if he's not ready, you're just gonna have to buy a rose in the meantime. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna move on to Cameron and Claire. They eating dinner, and Cameron, I feel like because things be awkward between them, so that's why he be making his little comments that be kind of not awkward, but it just be kind of left field a little bit, because he was just like, the sounds of mastication. And it's pretty much of them chewing and whatnot. And then she's just like, why don't you just say chewing? Because, Becca, that's just so plain, okay? Do Cameron look like, well, he do look like a plain person, I ain't gonna lie. But at the same time, he's a quirky guy. He says random stuff, but in like sophisticated ways, I guess. He using these big words or whatnot. So, I mean, I ain't mad at it. Listen, mastication, I'm going to Google it, figure out what it is, and start using it, because it's not something I use in my everyday language, which I feel like a lot of people don't use in their everyday language. Look, that's just who Cameron is. You want him to be plain Jane or plain Joe talking about, the sounds of chewing? Everybody say that. Okay, so he wants to say mastication. I ain't mad at it. I'll to be honest, I'll just be like, when did you learn this word? But, she kind of seems... She ain't feeling your boy. That's it. But Cameron lets us know in the confessional that he wants to feel wanted. He doesn't feel wanted from her. Claire admits that there is zero romance and it's not healthy. And Cameron, try to question her, asking is there anything he does that turns her on. She expresses, when he shows that he cares about her, asks her questions and whatnot. And he asks her, is there anything that he does sexually that or romantically that turns her off? And she says no. So, excuse me. She says she's just not there yet. He says he's there. And Claire says she don't believe him, and the actions show that. Ma'am, I mean, I believe he told her in the beginning of the season that, listen, if you telling me you're not comfortable with stuff, I'm not going to go out of my way to make moves that may make you uncomfortable. Until you give me the green light, I'm not going to do none of that. I mean, he told us that in the confessional, but I would assume he would tell her that too, because he seems like a very open, direct person, in regards to communication, in regards to his feelings and, all that stuff. So I feel like he did tell her that. So maybe she forgot, but it's just like, I can understand, like, if, you already told me you didn't like all that, so I'm not going to try to do all that until you tell me I can do all that. So maybe you should ask her if you got the green light. But I think she kind of did when they was in the honeymoon, because when he moved to the other seat to like stretch his legs when they was in the van, she was like, "Oh no, you could have just leaned on me and then stretch your legs." So I don't know, maybe that was kind of the green light. But if you still unsure, Cameron, this is when you need to be like, "Look, do I got a green light to do all this?" I mean, mind you, sometimes it may be hard to ask questions. You know what I'm saying? I understand. I'm working on myself too, just like I'm watching these people analyzing. Sometimes I have that self-reflection. I'm like, dang, am I like that too? I need to work on myself too. You know what I'm saying? So, but this is the moment, Cameron, when you need to be like, do I have the green light to do all that? So he asked her, he said that he's getting attached to her. It ain't no getting attached, Cameron. You already attached, bro. Like, let's be honest. But he asked her if there's a 0.1% chance of this working out. So that's all it takes, Cameron? 0.1? No, I need more than 0.1%. Listen, I know. Is there more than a 50% chance of this working? That's the real question. Because 0.1, what is that supposed to, what is that? What is that? Because there's a little grain of salt of a chance. No. I need more than 0.1% chance. She says no, but she's like, because there's more percentage. I would have asked, because knowing me, I need the details. Oh, there's more than 0.1% chance. What's the percentage? Please let me know. So I guess I got Cameron's hopes up, but I'm just like, for me, it's not going to get my hopes up because, more than 0.1% chance is 0.2. And 0.2 is still not enough for me. So, maybe it's enough for Cameron, but this is what we talk about. Like, y'all just, the bar is just to the ground, like underneath the ground. Like, dig up a hole in the sand and it's lower than that. It's lower than the equator of the earth. Like, y'all standards, y'all, the bar just low for y'all, because it's just like, so someone, all they gotta do is tell you there's a chance, there's a 0.1. That's like 1 in a million. What is that? That's supposed to, oh my gosh, there's a chance. That's like me saying, I don't know what celebrity I really feeling like that, because these celebrities nowadays, they just be having me looking at them sideways. Who's a celebrity that I can use in this? Let's use Kofi Cerebro. Okay, if there was a chance of me and Kofi Cerebro, it may be 0.0000001. Okay, and because there's a 0.0000001% chance I have with Kofi Cerebro, I'm like, oh my gosh, there's your chance. No, that's not enough for me. That is not enough for me. So, to each your own. We're gonna end it off with to each your own. But Cameron, that's why you was feeling the way you was feeling on day 23 of marriage. We're gonna then move on to Brennan and Emily. They go to exercising class together so Brennan can see Emily in her element. He said he liked it, whatever. He's a man of not really many words or many emotions. He's just doing this just to get a check. Okay, I guess he was one of the recruited people that everybody been talking about lately. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what be going on behind the scenes. I just be watching the show. I don't even be looking at Mass fans on Instagram like that, even though I still follow them, because I got too much going on. So it's just like, I just come to watch the show, make my comments, and be done. But, apparently he's one of the people that was recruited for this dang show. And it is showing very much so in this show. But that makes me question, like, why would you say divorce is not an option when you're clearly on here for the wrong reasons? Which then leads me to believe, like, is this a persona they made you come up with, or is this really who you are? I don't know. But then we move on to Becca and Austin. They go grocery shopping for the first time together, and all the couples, meet up for a potluck, including Lauren and Orion. I'm very confused why they're still here. I guess they were here to tell everybody that they're getting a divorce. They're not going to be staying together. And while they're discussing and talking about stuff, they're standing up. I was very confused why we standing up and eating. There ain't no chairs. I mean, I don't mind standing up and eating, but I'm just kind of like, so, like, when we gonna sit down to relax? So they eventually do sit down, and this is when Orion and Lauren tell them that they're going to get a divorce. Lauren gets emotional and calls Orion a gaslighter, which is true. But it's like, now I'll wait till the later scene when she breaks down. to talk about that. Okay, so Cameron interjects to say that, even though him and Claire are having tough issues too, he's head over heels for Claire. Or Claire, sorry, not Claire. I appreciate you, Cameron, for continuing to express your feelings, hoping that it may change something for Claire, but it ain't. We could all see it a mile away, but I feel like it's easier to look from the outside in versus the inside. But yes, these professions of feelings for Claire is very sweet, Cameron. It's just not reciprocated. So I'm not gonna hold you, but I'm not gonna be the type of person to continue to declare my feelings for you, and you're kind of giving me the oh thanks, hon. No. And for her, she's like, I'm gonna cry. Claire, you ain't gonna cry. You ain't gonna cry. You girl. Stop trying to make this man feel like there's an inkling of hope when there ain't no inkling of hope. Then we get Becca and Austin talking about their issues too. Becca gets emotional. Even Emily gets emotional. They all do a group hug. And this whole time, I kid you not. Now, granted, I guess this was supposed to be a kumbaya kind of sweet moment. I kid you not. This whole scene, everybody getting emotional. I'm sitting in my recliner like this. Like, are y'all done? Like, I really was just like, when's this episode gonna be over? This was one of those episodes that I'm just like, I'm just ready for the end of the season at this point. I'm just really ready for the end of the season at this point. But we gonna drag it out if we not gonna do nothing else. You know how these producers work. But I was just kind of like, all right, group hug, yeah. So So after the little group hug, we have Lauren talking to us in a confessional and whatnot. She crying. This girl breaks down and just squats and just like crying her arms. You got the producer or whatever coming to check on her, saying it's gonna be okay. She walks away. You see her, blowing, not blowing her nose, but like wiping her eyes with a handkerchief, a little Kleenex, tissue, and all that stuff. And I just really, like, I've been there, so I understand. You know what I'm saying? But it just, I'm sorry. Lauren, look, I told you the past, I don't know how many episodes, and I'm going to tell you again, I'm going to need you to stop being so emotional over this nigga. Like, let's just let it sink in. Lauren, you really boohoo crying over a guy like this, like over Orion, him. Like, you must have really liked him or something. But it just really bothers me because I'm just like, girl, you knew this guy for like what, a week, and I guess she built a like what? Like, I get you feeling like you was really trying to try, but for me, I don't know, like. Y'all didn't even do nothing. Y'all wasn't even sexual or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like you really boo crying for this guy, and I'm unnerved or something. Like, I don't know what the right word to use, but I'm just like, Lauren, why are we doing this, girl? Like, he does not deserve your tears. He really doesn't. He really, Lauren, he really, really do not deserve your tears, girl. Like, girl, I really hope after this you laughing, having fun, doing what you do best, okay? And I hope after this whole ordeal, sorry to my fellow Christians, sorry to my parents. I'm so glad they don't even know about my channel, to be honest with you. I think I told my mom, but that's beside the point. I hope there's a guy, Lauren, after this whole ordeal who F's the SHIT out of you and make you forget who the heck Orion even is. Because at this point, I'm still trying to understand why he making you cry like this. Like, you would have thought y'all been together for 5-10 years and he broke your heart, stabbed you in the back, and now you don't know what to do with yourself. But this guy, who is this guy? This guy, he ain't cop. This guy not cop, and you crying, bro. You not. Is this not even like Emily, where you like you getting emotional, you getting little tears in your eyes and stuff. Like, nah, bro, like the tears are coming, like you crying for real. And it's just like, to me, I'm in flabbergasted, bro, the fact that he making you cry like this, because I'm just like, he's not worth these type of tears, girl. Like, you crying like the way you cry when you found your mama died. And I'm sorry to bring her in this, but I'm just like, that's who you cry like that for. Not for this guy. But you cry like this for this guy. It don't make a sense to me. But I'm praying for you, and I really hope, Lauren, that there's a guy who gonna f those tears away sexually, not like a f boy, but like you know what I'm trying to say. I don't know what to say other than that. Girl, he ain't worth it. We get to Claire and Cameron. They sit to talk because that's what they do best. And Cameron pretty much asked, with all the hurdles, how can they move forward? Claire doesn't know. Okay, we're moving on. We get to Emily and Becca. They sit to talk about their marriages. Becca said, well, more so about Emily's marriage, and Becca says that Brennan is definitely physically attracted to her, to Emily, and maybe it's something else, but then comes back to say, no matter what he thinks, Becca's attractive, and she's like, you do know that, right? So I guess, or to say that Emily's attractive, and Becca asks her, you do know that you're attractive, right? So, Emily cries and stuff, so I feel like, Emily, I know you trying in this marriage and stuff, I kudos to you for that, definitely trying to make it work. He's also another one that I'm just like, why? Once again, I'm not going to be putting more effort into something if I see you not putting effort into. Emily, you are beautiful. I hope at this point in time you do know that and understand that. Don't let nobody, especially a guy like Brennan, no offense, Brennan, but especially a guy like Brennan, make you feel like you're less than, that you're less attracted. Listen, the moment I would have asked for a divorce, the moment he told me he was unattracted to me, I'm sorry. For those who've been with me for a little bit of time, I told y'all this. I told y'all in previous seasons of Married at First Sight. So if you tell me you don't like me, you're not attracted to me, none of that, that's cool. That's cool. You're not gonna be attracted to everybody. I understand. But don't think I'm gonna still talk to you. We still gonna be doing stuff. If the moment you tell me, okay, cool, I'm gonna fall back. We done. We could be cool. We could be friends, cordial, whatever. But as far as no, okay, cool. I understand. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, just like everybody's not my cup of tea. I get that. I can take that. But if I'm in a situation like this, I'm not going to still continue to try to make it work so you could hopefully be attracted to me eventually. No, you're not attracted. You're not attracted. That's it. So I would have been like, can I get a divorce? And then I know they're going to try to talk to me about, attractions can grow, blah, blah. Maybe that could work for other people. I'm just not willing to do that. Can I get a divorce, please? Now, do I have the $50K to breach a contract and stuff? I do not, but there's payment plans. If we could do like a 15-20 year payment plan for $50K, we could make it work. But I'm not gonna be in no relationship, no marriage, no situationship, whatever they want to call things nowadays. Ain't none of that stuff. If you're not attracted to me, I'm sorry, I'm just not doing it. So Emily, you better than me. But she crying and stuff. Emily, I hope, what we crying for? For this guy? For him? I mean, my petty self, I would have been like, well, I ain't really physically attracted to you either, but, I'm trying to make it work. What you trying to do? But that's just me. We moving on to Brennan and Austin. They chilled and talking over beers and whatnot. Brennan once again brings up that divorce is not an option, but he just doesn't know. What do you don't know? I don't understand. You keep saying divorce is not an option, but you're questioning if you want to stay with this girl, but clearly you don't want to be with this girl. So clearly divorce is an option. What are you talking about? We move on to day 23 of marriage. This is where I was confused, because I'm just like, wasn't it just day 18 of marriage? Now we're on day 23. So we just fast forwarding this, but yet we're gonna still have another 89 episodes. That's what you're telling me, producers. Whatever. So we get to day 23. You would have thought it was like 5 weeks from the last scene, because now all of a sudden Cameron and Claire come to sit with Dr. Pia, and neither of them have their wedding rings on, and it seems like they're done. They want a divorce, and Dr. P, the experts always got to ask, is there any way to save the relationship, whatever. And, they just so stuck on their issues, I guess, in regards to having kids and wanting to raise their kids the wrong, different ways. Claire wants to raise them religious, Cameron doesn't. And I'm just like, we still talking about this? Y'all still think there's a chance for you guys to even get to the point where y'all do to even potentially get pregnant? We still on this? I mean, I know they in a marriage and stuff, but I'm just like, I didn't see it coming. But clearly, we still gonna. There was still a chance. Okay. So these are. I don't know what I'm doing myself, but I guess they still discussing this because they really trying to put in the work to really make this work. But I guess these issues really just kind of having them at their wits' end. And Dr. Pia advises them to have fun, be in the moment, and leave the hard conversations to their next sit down with an expert. Cameron says he gonna sleep on it, so he can't take her advice just yet. For me, I'm just kind of like, why? Like, I get it, have fun, be in the moment, but if these are big issues to the point where they're potentially deal breakers, I don't know if either of them said it was a deal breaker for them, but if this is an issue that's clearly gonna make or break the relationship, why waste time of, oh yeah, let's have fun and be in the moment, when ultimately that conversation will determine if they stay together or not? Why not we determine if we can stay together or not now, and then have fun later? Like, I get it, have fun, be in the moment, but at the same time, clearly there's already issues with them in their physical attraction or connection and all that intimacy stuff, whatever. Now you have this kid's conversation in the mix, which to me is just like, I'm not even gonna make it to the point, y'all. Why y'all talking about this? But okay, here we are. But clearly this is a big thing where you guys don't even agree on that. So it's like, why even think about having kids when y'all clearly don't want to raise them the same? Which clearly seems like it's gonna, once again, be a deal breaker, even though it has not been verbally, said that it's a deal breaker, but it seems like from actions and all this stuff that it's a deal breaker. But, I guess we're trying to make some, at least one couple make it through the 8 weeks. But at this point, no, man. Let's be, no. If they don't want to be together, then look, because of something big like this, they need to get divorced. Let it be done. Okay? Don't try to keep trying to make fetch happen. It ain't gonna happen, Dr. Pia, experts, producers, whatever. Just let it be done. Okay? Y'all should have. You should just ask, is there anything that can make this work? Y'all sure y'all don't want to make it work? And if they said no, then you ask the question, do you want to get divorced? And then they could say, yes, we want to get divorced. Then it could be done. And then y'all gonna what point does it make? Y'all still gonna have them come back for the next 18 episodes, like y'all have Lauren and Orion doing. And then, and I don't know how many episodes later, you gonna have Michael come back. So they still gonna come back. They still gonna be on the show, because clearly we're gonna still make something happen with nothing. So let them get a divorce. Okay, I'm moving on. So Dr. Pearson with everybody in this episode, okay, except for Michael, because wherever he at. And Lauren Orion, wherever they at, but we're gonna sit, with all the couples that's still technically together. Next we have what their name? Emily and Brennan. You see how done I am with this episode, with this season. But we gonna make it work. We gonna stick beside this show and still talk about it. Emily and Brennan, folks. They're next, and here we go. Brennan, he's not physically, romantically, sexually attracted to Emily. The connection is not there. Ain't no chemistry, ain't no nothing. Dr. Pierre questions his feelings. Brennan said he wants to be mindful of Emily's feelings. Brennan, you already said you're not feeling her. So what is there to be mindful of? Like, okay, obviously you're not going to be rude about it, but just be open about it. Be honest about it. Let's be 100% transparent about it. But he don't really want to say. But then again, I just feel like if that's the case, then you must have nothing to say, and must be just saying whatever because you don't want this, because you was recruited. That's what it is, right, Brennan? You're recruited, so now you got to figure out something to not make this work because you don't really want to you don't want to be in a marriage right now, or whatever the case may be. So you're just trying to use whatever you can to say like you're not really feeling her like that, but you can't express why you're not feeling her like that because it's just because you don't want to admit that you was really recruited and you just here for the check. But you can't say that. So now you don't know how to express your feelings or emotions. This is just what I'm taking from it, because I don't really take this show serious at this point. I'm so sorry. That's how I feel. But we gonna try to continue this because at the same time I'm still watching it, so I'm clearly entertained by something of this damn show. So he can't express why he's not feeling her like that. Emily makes a face. Dr. Pierce trying to ask Emily why she made that face. Brennan tries to overtalk Emily and say, oh, that's just how she is. And Dr. Pierce said, well, I was asking Emily, not you. Then I guess Brennan want to buck up and be like, well, this is my wife. This is like, oh, okay. This is your wife that you're not even attracted to. But okay. So then it goes to commercial for dramatic effect. Comes back from commercial for dramatic effect. And finally, Brennan stops talking, and Emily admits that, it's her thinking face, but also her frustrated face because she just wants to know what the issue is. And Brennan just expresses that he doesn't have the feeling to want to be intimate with her. And the whole time when Dr. P is talking and whatnot, when they're panning the camera on Emily, she looks like she's trying to hold back tears. I'm like, Emily, don't cry over this, man. I get it. Your feelings are hurt, so I can completely understand. Like, dang, he really don't like me, but I like him and stuff. But I'm allow you to cry a little bit. Just don't boohoo cry like Lauren, because I'm gonna be looking at you, Emily, like, why you letting a homeboy, someone like Brennan, make you cry? We gotta get to the point where we just gotta realize these men, not all men. Okay, I really don't want, not all men. But y'all, I don't know, I'm gonna say this for men too. Some of these men and females, they're F people, F boys, F girls. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all really need to get in check with yourself to realize, listen, I'm a bad B. Or if you're a guy, I'm that nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna let homeboy get me to the point I'm boohoo crying over them and they just sitting there chilling looking at me like they still sleeping at night. They don't care about you. Let's be 100%. They don't care about you. So why then in turn you gonna show that you care so much about them that they made you cry? I understand you hurt. But in these situations with these people that y'all just met, I guess in this case 23 days ago, not even a month. Okay. You think I'm gonna let you make me, like, all right. I'm clearly not in this situation, so I don't understand. I will admit I do not understand. I'm not in this situation. I will never be in this situation. So I can, I can admit my ignorance in the process, whatever. But at the same time, just watching it, I'm just like, do not let nobody, especially someone like Brennan, and you, Lauren, especially someone like Orion's ass, make you question your self-worth. Okay, because there's been, and I just speak on this because of the fact that I've been in plenty of situations where people, guys, girls, friends, all that stuff, made me question my self-worth, and it's just like, it's not a good feeling. But I'm at the point where I'm just like, F them. If they're making me question my self-worth, clearly they don't got no self-worth. But listen, we're not gonna have these type of motivational speeches while I'm trying to do a review for a show. I'm trying to make jokes here, but at the same time, it's just like, y'all really letting ain't shit people make y'all cry and stuff. And I don't like that. I don't like that a lot. But she holding back tears. Dr. Pia said Brennan needs to enter therapy individually. Brennan disagrees. Is that shocking to any of us? No. Whatever. We move on to Dr. Pia sitting with Becca and Austin. And Becca's ready to bang. Austin is not, but he don't want it to feel like a bang. He needs more time to get that emotional connection, even though the emotional connection seems like it's already there per Dr. Pia. And she asks, even though he's not ready to have sex, is he open to doing other things? He says yes, But I'm just like, I don't believe that. But okay, sure. Excuse me, because I just feel like what other things we talking about? He can't even express those because I don't know if he's a prude or whatnot. But for me, I just like, so you're not ready to do all that stuff. You're not ready to do the shebang bang, but you're willing to do other things that ultimately will lead up to the shebang bang. That don't make no sense to me. But okay, he says he is. But I'm just like, you realize if you do like base two, it's probably gonna lead to a shebang bang. Don't you be leaving Becca over here with some blue clitoris, bro? Like that's just not to be that. But okay. Dr. P advises them to explore that, so I guess that's what they're gonna do. Then we move on to Claire and Cameron. They sit down on the couch to talk, and Cameron offers to sleep in the spare bed. Claire agrees and just says that she just hopes he won't be resentful of her about anything. He said he's not yet. So that means he's probably already resentful to her about something. I don't know what to say about these two anymore. They just not gonna work. We then move on to, I guess he overtalked her, so she said she didn't like that. And, you know, he's still trying to have serious conversations. And Claire said, we're supposed to be having fun and in the moment. What's the point, Claire? What's the point if we're not going to get further than what y'all doing now? Ain't no point of having fun and being in the moment when it ultimately will lead to you guys getting divorced anyway. Cameron not trying to waste his time. But for the sake of trying, he's gonna try. But he don't really want to try no more because he already see what we see. It ain't gonna go nowhere. Y'all ain't gonna do nothing. Yeah, y'all not gonna get to the point where y'all even do the shebang bang. So what's the point? That's why he going to the other bedroom, because he gonna still go through this whole process, but it ain't gonna be nothing. We then move on to Emily and Brennan. They talking in the kitchen. They get into a little disagreement. Brennan doesn't like being told he needs therapy, even though he said, when he was asked about therapy, he said it works for a lot of people, But he just feels like he's not going to work for him because he don't feel like he needs therapy, and it's never going to happen. If you say so, Brennan, I feel like everybody needs therapy. I feel like I need therapy too. I just don't know how much it costs. I don't got funds like that to be spending. But if I did have the funds like that, I would do therapy. Honestly, I would do therapy. So I feel like everybody needs therapy, but you know, there's those hard-headed people that feel like, oh, therapy is beneficial, but I don't need it. It's just beneficial for the people who need help. I don't need help. So I feel like that's where Brennan's coming from, and it's just like, no, that is so far from the truth. Because if your personality really is the way you're portraying this on TV, you need help. You need help because everything offends you. I too am that person, so that's why I know. You know, I'm getting better, guys. I'm getting better, but you know, I would be lying if, you know, I didn't say either y'all be coming with some slick, not y'all, but you know, people in my in real life and stuff. Y'all real too, but you know what I'm trying to say. Who be trying to say slick comments? I'll be looking at them like, oh, you're one of do you must not okay. Oh, you coming at me? All right. But then when I come at you 2 times harder, then I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad guy. But you know, Brennan, you need help. You need therapy. We all need therapy. Stop trying to act like you perfect, because nobody perfect. That's it with them. Then Becca and Austin, they have a combo and kiss and make out on the couch. And that was the end of the episode. Then we see what's going to happen the rest of the season. Lauren and Orion, they still going to be here. Looks like Orion going to try to tell Lauren, talk something about, you know, he misses their connection and whatnot. Lauren, she made a comment that she was open to being open. What does that mean? Because the way this man was making you cry, you going to go back? Better than me. And they're gonna look like they're gonna try to find Michael somebody else, and there's a friend of his that's gonna be like, she don't think that's a good idea because she don't want what happened to him before happen to him again. So this told me we still got like episodes upon episodes of this season, which is to be expected, but you know. But here we are, here I am, you know, like I tell y'all time and time again with like all the shows I review and stuff, I talk so much crap. But yeah, I come back anyways. I still watch every week. I set my DVR, even though I still watch it live. That's it, guys. I don't know what else to tell y'all. If you like this, what is this? If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you laughed at least once, if you smirked, chuckled, did a little hee hee, please subscribe. If you didn't, it's all right. I ain't gonna, I ain't gonna be upset. You know what I'm saying? But come back next week. I make jokes every week. Okay, some weeks are better than others. Maybe this week wasn't my week. Maybe next week gonna be my week. Come back, watch it. Hopefully my jokes land better next week, so then you could laugh, right? And then you could subscribe. So I'll wait for your subscription next week. To subscribe to the channel. That's fine. Comment down below what you thought about this episode. Okay, or lack thereof. Be easy breezy, lemon squeezy. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.